Hi there. We have got an example of a vital body scan result sheet, which we will go through the interpretation for you. Starting at the top of the scan, we have your ID. Your ID is a unique identifier that will help us to track your future scans. More than likely, it will be your phone number. Then we have your other personal details, being height, age, gender, and the test date and time. Next, we have body composition analysis, where we look at the four components of your total weight. Firstly, we have your total body water, with that amount of water through your body in liters. Then we have your protein cells, which are the building blocks of muscle. Then we have your minerals throughout your bloodstream and also inside your bones, and body fat mass, stored energy. Looking at the first three measurements, if a person has a high amount of muscle mass, their values may be over that normal range. On the right hand side, we have your total weight. If we move to the left of that and we take away body fat mass, we have your fat-free mass. From there, if we take away the minerals stored inside your bones, we have your soft lean mass, and we take away those protein cells, we are left with total body water. Looking at the muscle fat analysis is a good indicator of your overall body composition. We have three measurements. Firstly, we have your weight. Then we have the major components of your weight in two measurements, being skeletal muscle mass and body fat mass. Skeletal muscle is a muscle we can use and we can build. It helps us to move, exercise, and the more muscle we have, the more calories we burn through our metabolism. We have that value in kilograms. With muscle, we want to have a sufficient amount, so ideally we want to be in this norm range or even over. Next we have body fat mass, repeated again. This person here has a healthy amount of muscle mass sitting over the recommended norm range, and body fat mass sitting a little bit lower, just outside the recommended normal range. Next we have the calculated analysis. Body mass index being height divided by weight. It doesn't take into account muscle or body fat, so it shouldn't be used as an indicator for things like obesity. Body fat percentage, looking at the percent of our weight that is body fat, where we look at body fat mass as a percentage of our weight. Male and female body fat percentage ranges differ. Females on the scan are recommended in the norm range from 18 to 28%. For males, we're looking at 10 to 20%. However, we do realize that their healthy range is still below or under that norm range and also above. The segmental lean analysis looks at lean tissue through the different segments of our body. We have right and left arm. We have our trunk, being our torso from shoulders to hips, and also right and left leg. Each limb has two bars. The top bar is that amount of muscle in kilograms. The second bar looks at muscle in relation to our weight to check for sufficiency. The segmental lean analysis is a good way of checking for two things: muscular balance throughout the body and also making sure we have enough muscle per limb. Here we see a good balance of muscle through this person. On the top right on the scan, we have your score. Now your score is an overall reflection of your scan. It is out of 100 points. Now a person doesn't need to hit 100 points, where we're looking to find a healthy range. 70s plus for healthy body composition, 80s plus for good body composition, 90s plus where a person might have a high amount of muscle mass. Next we have the weight control figure. The weight control figure will offer a suggested target weight for a client. Now for female, it will offer a target weight that will have you sitting at 23% body fat. And for male, it will offer a target weight that will have you sitting at 15% body fat. Now we realize that a person's target might not be to be at a certain level of body fat, and you might have your own goals. The target weight suggested in kilograms, the weight control figure of how much weight to change in kilograms, a body fat control figure of how much body fat to change, and a muscle control figure of how much muscle to change. The body balance evaluation looks at muscular balance in the different segments of the body. The upper body, we look at left and right arm for balance. Lower body, left and right leg for balance, and also the relationship between the upper and the lower body also. The segmental fat analysis next looks at segmental fat storage in the different parts of our body. Both arms, again our torso, and both legs. We have that amount in kilograms, and whether that is under, within, or above those sufficient levels. Coming back to our torso, our trunk, the largest area of our body, so we store the most tissue there in terms of muscle mass and also body fat mass, which helps to insulate and protect our organs. The segmental circumference measurements are estimated centimeter measurements based on your body composition, another good tool for tracking those changes. Looking at our visceral fat level, visceral fat is the body fat that we can't see. It is deep within our torso, around our organs. Now, health recommendations are for health being at level 10 and under. Here we see this person sitting at level 7, well within that healthy range. The research parameters looks at a few other measurements. Intracellular water, the water within our cells. Extracellular water, that water located on the outside of our cells. Skeletal muscle mass with a recommended normal range. Basal metabolic rate. The basal metabolic rate is the amount of calories that you burn at rest in 24 hours. As an example, if you did nothing for 24 hours, that is the amount of calories that you burn. A person with a high amount of muscle mass, or if you increase your muscle, you will look at increasing that basal metabolic rate. The waist-hip ratio looks at the ratio between our hip and our waist measurements as a way of indicating body fat storage in that area. Again, our visceral fat level. Bone mineral content looks at mineral storage inside our bones, which may give us an indication of bone density. More minerals inside our bones, stronger, denser bones. Having a healthy amount of muscle mass, resistance training has been shown to help improve bone mineral content. Body cell mass, arm circumference, and arm muscle circumference measurements also. At the bottom of the scan, we have your body composition history, and this is where we'll be able to track those changes for you. We have your weight, we have skeletal muscle mass, and we have that body fat percent as well. We see here that this person has lost 2.2 kilos of weight, has managed to increase their muscle close to half a kilo, and we've seen body fat percentage reduce down also, which is fantastic. Extracellular water ratio looks at water balance within our body. We have it just above the body composition history, and ideally we want to have our water ratio sitting within this normal range or even just under. If it is in the over range, it could indicate water retention through inflammation. At the bottom of the scan, we have the impedance measurements, which is how we measure body composition. Thank you for taking the time to go through this results. And if you do have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact us via our website or via email or through one of our social media pages. Thank you.